Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Thursday evening, our last live show of the week for the nighttime. Anyway, we'll do our pre-market live show tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. But let's go through the market and see what's going on. It was pulling back there today. Oil was going up, so let's just see how everything looks. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And how are you guys this evening? And there you go, Janica. How are you? That's your heat map. AVGO held itself up. It did have earnings yesterday. And yesterday. And it kind of held itself up there today. It was bouncing around, but it didn't do too bad right there. So that one didn't look too bad. Today, Microsoft wasn't looking so bad. Remember, we were talking about that looking pretty decent. And look at it. It's popping up and even popping up in the after hours. So there you go at MSFT as well. And that wasn't looking so bad. But most of the market wasn't looking the best. Amazon was still up a little bit right here, AMZN, and that was up a couple bucks and over that trend line. So there you go. And how are you, Ross? Yep, definitely feeling a little bit better there. So appreciate you tuning in, hanging out, and yeah, definitely feeling a little better than I was at the beginning of the week. And like I said yesterday, I just had a bunch of doctor's appointments and crazy stuff. So it was a busy day. And here we are. It's a Thursday. I was on in the Discord this morning with the guys, and we didn't do the afternoon show because there really wasn't any too many crazy earnings today after the market. Nothing that we were really that interested in. But let's go through and see what looks good, Ross, and see what's happening over here. What else? Yeah, that's what it looked like. Let's look. T-Pet right there. Still jumping up these oil plays. Turb is another energy one. Laptop Travel mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I know that for a fact. And IBO right there as a biotech was jumping up. Alto still jumping up there today. That went a little bit crazy. We had that one in the Discord this morning, Ross. You probably were playing that. And let me see. I did copy your list, Luis Rodriguez. You didn't see. I posted them out. You're on there, and your list right there. And GXAI was jumping up early, but I think that one was pulling back there. PMTS didn't see that, but that's a credit service one, and that was ripping up there. NPT, look, that thing's been ripping up, and that's a specialty realty one in China. And then there's Alto again. And Core right here. That was what's that doing? Hey, the Laptop Travel, man, that KORU is crazy. Look at this thing. Took another huge dip right there. What just happened? I don't know. That might be coming down right here for South Korea, I think, at the moment. So that's interesting right there, I must say, Laptop Travel. And let's go through and see what else is going on right here. And AMPX, yeah, that one was crazy. Look at that thing. That thing did go blasting off right there. That earnings was yesterday. It ran up, and then it ran up really nice today. And yeah, that one, AMPX, super nice right there. And you were talking about that. Boom. I had it before, and I guess I should have been playing it for the ER, I think, because that definitely went wild right there for AMPX. And I know Ben had it this morning. So there you go with that. And let's see what else was going on. How about Berkshire? What was that doing today? It looks like it was up. It was only up like 20 grand. So nothing crazy right there. It's only $750,000 per share. If you want any of Berkshire A right there. What's Berkshire B at? I'm not even sure. How crazy is that, though? It's $750K. This one's only $500. You could afford that one probably. And we can afford that one, I must say. But the Berkshire A is a little expensive right there. How about that GXAI? For tomorrow, Doge Mama 9. Let's see that Gaxos or whatever. Yeah, it was spiking up today. I don't know. Wasn't it pulling back? I'm not sure. I have to, ran up right after 8 o'clock right there. Started to cruise. Did pull back a little bit. And, I mean, it doesn't have a terrible look. Let me get a better idea of this thing right here. What is it? GXAI is what it is. I mean, that's a crazy look right there. Let me what does it say? What's that say? Sidekick can now spawn multiple agents to do deep research across multiple markets in parallel. Click here to see. Should we click it and see? I don't even know what it's talking about. Deep research, stocks in the energy sector, check fundamentals, analyst estimates. and then it just says who are the best buys now. Should we just click that and see what it says? I don't know. It gives me a prompt already. It says, "What's my current chart telling me?" Or telling what? Yeah, telling me. What kind of data can you see? And what can you do for me? Give me bearish and bullish long term cases for my current symbol. This is interesting, huh? And well, that's pretty wild. Let's see. What are the relative strength versus SPX and other data you deem relevant? Who are the best? I'm just gonna click that and see what it says. We'll come back to it and see what that gives us. So anyway, that's interesting. Something new right there, and they're constantly updating. Luis Rodriguez, did you see? I know you saw it because Dan, the CEO of this company, TrendSpider, actually tweeted out the fact that they have a bunch of new things coming out, updates and stuff happening this week and next week or something like that. I'm not even sure, but they're definitely coming out with some new stuff for the best of something. I don't even know what this session will use up to 23 message credits. What the hell does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. That will cost you one message. I don't really care that much to really use message credits. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. I'll deny it because I don't really care that much. I don't even know what that means, message credits, to be completely honest, but whatever. Anyway, let's get back to our show and see what's going on, Doge Mom and I. Blue BHAB Blue Entertainment, whatever's on the list. We'll get to that one. How's that? So let's cruise right through our list, see what's going on here. Ross and Luis Rodriguez, Doge Mom and I, and all of you guys hanging out this evening. How are you? And let's go. ONDS. That was down a little. That looks like it's really setting up, guys. I would have to say that could be a top play, obviously. Tomorrow's a Friday. We'll see how it looks going into the day. But I think next week, that could be a really good one right there. And we always look at that one. It's the first one on the list now, actually. And Galaxy down right there. Bitcoin at 70,915. Ethereum's at 2,077. So it is still over 2,000. Solana's back to 88 right there. Nothing too crazy. Stellar's at 15. Ripple's at $1.40 right there. So they're not looking bad. And Cardano's at 26 cents. We can look at crypto too right there. It is pulled back because yesterday it was run up a little bit more. And again, it had that massive run up. So don't expect it to run up every single day and be green and have these big spikes. So have a little healthy pullback right there, and then it can continue its run up. So I don't think it looks bad right there. Let's put it that way for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple right here. They all have the same look, and it almost looks like a healthy pullback look to me. At the moment, we'll continue to monitor this situation and see what it wants to do. But it is in that channel. It ran up pretty good, and I think they're making their way up to them 50s right there. So that's what crypto looks like. And let's just look real quick. We'll do BMNR right there. It was pulling back a little bit today. And then your Mara and Riot and these guys were also pulling back a little bit. But you know what? I keep forgetting to look, or I just forget what Clean Spark's doing. It was pulling back there because it looked good yesterday, and I forgot to look at it today. So there you are with Clean Spark and them other ones. So let's continue through. Galaxy was down. ASTS was pulling back pretty good today. Look at that dip right there. That was a good dip, and we'll see. It looks like it wants to dip more. UMAC, we were talking about, that was on the list for actually a good one. That looks like it's going to continue to go up. So UMAC looks good. ONDS, they look good right here. Redwire was down. Interesting look right there. Not that it looks like it wants to pop tomorrow. Let's put it that way. And how about your Rocket Lab right here? I thought that was trying to stay up there, and it actually pulled back, but maybe a little dip and rip look right there today. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on Rocket Lab tomorrow, RKLB. And then your NKLR nuclear right here. And that was pulling back. Let's look at the other ones real quick. Like SMR, that was dipping down, and Oklo is pulling back as well. So nuclear sector not looking so hot at the moment. And this EOSE right there was bouncing up this morning and bouncing up yesterday. Let's see, it pulled back there in the afternoon and then did run up a little bit more there. So keep an eye on this one tomorrow, EOSE. And that could continue its way up. Iron was running yesterday, pulled back pretty good today. And you can see it on that trend line right there. Excuse me. And so yeah, iron not too bad right there on that trend line. We'll see if it stays up there. It could have a nice little pop up tomorrow on a Friday. Critical metals right there pulling back a little bit, and these guys right here, MP was pulling back as well. USAR it was kind of just bouncing around right there. I mean, that's an interesting look right now. It kind of looked like it wanted to go down today. Now it looks like it could go up. That's a really interesting look. We have to look at USAR in the morning, USAR, and see what that wants to do. And then UAMY was looking a lot better this morning. I know that. And then that one dipped down, as you can see. So that was up there and then pulled back. So UAMY definitely not looking as good as it was. But again, these things have been kind of pulling back and then they pop right up. So most dips have been getting popped up there, but I can't guarantee you tomorrow on a Friday. And the market is a little crazy considering we're in a war. So you could see some things pulling back like you. That looks like it wants to pull back some more right there. And ASPI was definitely pulling back today, and that looks like it wants to continue to pull back. Burner was pulling back a little bit, and that looks like it could actually pull back a little bit more right there. So a lot of the market looks like it could have a little bit of pullback. There are some bright spots. Look at that UAVS. Who was saying this thing had been getting set up? I swear, guys, we have been calling them like perfect. If we could only just play them all as perfect, it would be beautiful. But I swear I was saying that was getting set up recently. And there you go. Just constantly early on these things. And Light Path pulling back right here. I think this one dips down and might come back down into your 10s right there for Light Path, LPTH. And then your Carmen right here. These guys were kind of dipping down. Look at LMT. That was pulling back right there. And then your Northrop Grumman was pulling back as well. And Huntington Ingalls right there had a nice little dip action today. So obviously the war's going on, Michael Anthony, so that these guys can now pull back, get set back up probably to run perhaps. We'll be keeping an eye on them and see what they want to do. And then this Kratos one, KTOS, and that's pulling back. So some of your aerospace and defense ones, you would think during a war, these things would get rolling. They don't necessarily look like they want to get popping right now, but the ones that do are like UMAC right here and ONDS. So they do work the drones and stuff. I don't know if I've ever looked at this website. What's this do? Look at that. Here to serve the American drone industry. So yeah, there are definitely some drones right there for UMAC. And I don't know exactly what they do, but let's see. Do they have any about us media? I wanted to see their products. I don't even see any products on here. Anybody else? I guess I don't see them, but whatever. Anyway, that's UMAC. I've never clicked on that to even look at what the website looked like. And but yeah, the drone one's looking pretty good right there. SATS right here was down pretty good as well. And then your DXYZ was also pulling back. So they were all pulling back today. Gush right here running up. There's your oil and gas. This thing's been crazy, guys. I would say oil and gas looking really crazy. USO right there did pull back in the after hours a little bit, but it was up pretty good. We were playing this today, and it looks like it's going to continue its way up tomorrow, to be honest with you. That ran up right there. It was in like 98, right? Yeah, it was in the 98, almost 99. Almost hit that 100 right there. I know that. And now it looks like it does look like it could spike up a little bit more right there for USO. So keep an eye on that as well for tomorrow. And let's see, that's USO. Where were we here? And yeah, we have UAVS and all them guys. And Boyle, that's what I was looking at. And Boyle, the natural gas. Wow, that looks really good going into tomorrow too. We might want to keep an eye on that Boyle. We know Gush is already running because it's the oil and gas one, but Boyle right here is looking a lot better as well for natural gas. So we might want to keep an eye on that and see what's going on there. RGTI pulling back there. Wasn't this up this morning? Or am I thinking about this one? No, I was thinking about what's this one? SMCI, this one. That was down too. Wasn't this one up? Yeah, this one was up. This was the one I was thinking of this morning. Okay. I was confused, RGTI and SMCI. But anyway, RGTI, let's look at our computer hardware and quantum ones. And I mean, that just looks like a little healthy pullback today. It doesn't look terrible right there. QUBT was down. I think QMCO might have been up today. QBTS, that D wave down a little bit, but let's look at that QMCO. It was up 6%. There you go. And it looks pretty good right there for QMCO. So definitely keep an eye on that tomorrow. Look at that Quantum Defiance Quantum ETF, it's called. That looks like it's going to pull back, and you would assume they will all pull back. QSI, that one's just kind of hanging out there. It's been just kind of hanging out. And IONQ right there is pulling back today as well, down to the 20. RCAT, Aerospace and Defense, this one didn't look too bad. That RCAT could get moving. And who thinks Z-Space was up today? And it was, and it's curl. Look at it. Everything else wants to come down. This thing, well, watch this thing go like ballistic right here. For whatever reason, I have no idea what they do, but I wouldn't be surprised just because it's been a disaster. And like I said, they're either going to, I mean, they've been under $1 for a pretty good amount of time here. Well, I guess and only since October, I guess. Seems like it's been way longer than that, but that is a pretty good amount of time anyway. So I'm sure the compliance thing has to come into effect, and they would either have to get it pumping over $1, reverse split, or have an offering. I mean, they're pretty much your only three choices right there. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on it, see if it gets a nice little pop up on Z Space right there. That chart doesn't look too bad when the rest of them do look pretty bad at the moment. Your quantum and computer hardware ones, except for QMCO, wasn't looking so bad as well. UNH right there, that was down. MOH was also down today, and your Oscar. There you go. And all of them were pulling back today. I mean, they all still look pretty good, especially that Oscar. That looks like it's going to pop off of there, to be honest with you. MOH looks like that wants to pop off. So I wouldn't be fooled by them. They could still get running right there. Mobilicom right now pulling back. Aerospace and Defense in Israel right there, and that is pulling back. Just like our aerospace and defense ones are pulling back as well. And there's your Sinez Tech right there, Mr. Ross. And let's see what's going on with it, because it's not looking so bad. Your 2050 meeting up. It does have that curl down. Now, it just has like a mixed look. It's had a mixed look for like 2 or 3 days now. And that's probably why, because look at it. That could roll off of there and go popping, but it looks like it wants to come down. Almost a coin flipper to me. If I had to guess, I'm saying it's coming down, Ross. That's what I would think with Sinez Tech, and it did look pretty good the other day. And IMRX did have a little pullback there today as well, and that doesn't look terrible. But again, it does have that little bit of a pullback look on that IMRX right there. So we'll see if that can bounce off. I think a lot of times these guys are pulling back, they bounce up, but a lot of times we're not in a war, so when we're in a war, it's kind of hard to gauge exactly what they want to do. Like one day they're bouncing up, the next day they're pulling back, and then after that they just bounce right back up. It's been pretty normal in this market for these dips to bounce up, but again, we just kind of started a major conflict, and I would say the markets could be a little jumpy and hard to exactly read every single moment on every single chart. Now the Q SPY we didn't go through, we'll go through them soon and see what they look like. They're a little easier. And let's look at them now. I mean, holy cow, we called these things. Ross, how crazy was it? And Sam, anyone else that's on there, how crazy were we calling these things this morning? I mean, every pop, every dip on the pop, on this dip right here we called to the bottom. It was nuts. I mean, we were calling that thing pretty precisely all the way up until about 10:30 this morning. And yeah, it was pretty wild what we were saying. Here's 10:30 right here, and that's right. It did just come down, and it did look like when we were just coming down, we just had that big dip. I thought so. We hopped off. So yeah, we called all this pretty precisely all the way down that big dip. Sold it a little too early, obviously, like usual. But then it popped up, came back. It did a huge dip right here. I mean, nice run up into the top right there. And then, I mean, that's a good look when you see that happen. You know, you're dipping down, and that took a nice dip. And then it popped up at the end of the day. Qs were all over the place, guys, I must say. And I think Sam was putting them down this morning. He was on the wrong side of them until they just took that huge dip. And then all of a sudden, Sam was up on them. It was pretty wild. So anyway, that were the Qs. And they were pretty wild today. You got to hold on to your hat when you're playing things. They're pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. Chipotle here, that looks pretty good, but Cracker Barrel doesn't look so good. Was it up today? It had that weird look right there. I don't know, guys. I mean, that was up today, but that has a strange look to me. I don't know what's going on with Cracker Barrel. Let me see. Had a very weird look. Did it close up? I forgot what the minute chart looked like. Um it just kind of fizzled out in the after hours, but right at the end of the day, it did kind of pop up and then dip down right there, which was interesting. But yeah, it has a weird look, like it wants to pull back. I don't know. I just don't trust a Cracker Barrel right here. So we'll have to look at this bad boy tomorrow. But like I said, Chipotle looks pretty decent right there. I think that one could be getting set up CMG. So you can keep an eye on that thing. That thing could get rocking and rolling. And let's see what else is happening over here on our list. And plug, look at that thing down today. That was plugging away, and that almost looks like a healthy pullback, to be honest with you. And this QS pulled back a little bit today, and that thing looks like a little healthy pullback. That thing gets back over here, and it's been trying to over that 7 area. QuantumScape could easily run right back up into the 8 area. So keep an eye on that QS. That could be a good one going forward or even next week. Rocket right here. I was actually surprised, Zach, when I saw that dip down today. I thought this bottomed out right here. And what was the low? 1559. And it did get to, what did it get down to? 1557. So it did get it actually got under the low the other day. So we may be seeing some pullback here in the market, guys, because these things look like they bottomed out. And I'm not basing the whole market off a rocket, but this wasn't the only one that did this today. So it is kind of interesting if we see some major pullback. Your Palantir right here, there you go. It ran up towards that 50 right there. It was close. What was its high today? 156. So it got pretty close to the 160, Michael Anthony. I'll give you the fact now. I could see it pulling back now, Michael Anthony. So I know Sam has his puts. Everyone has their puts. And maybe I'll get puts tomorrow because I do think you could be seeing it pull back a little bit. I don't know. The 20's curling up. We'll have to take a look at this thing in the morning right there and see what it wants to do. What did they have yesterday? Palantir reportedly rebuilding Pentagon Maven AI platform, replacing Anthropic's Claude after Trump order barring military use of Anthropic. Interesting. I did remember Trump did ban that like the other day or something. I didn't quite understand what was going on. I didn't get the full story, and I didn't even bother looking into it. I should have asked ChatGPT what the hell happened, but I didn't even do that. So anyway, let's see what's happening here, Michael Anthony, and then we'll get to everything you're looking at. But Rocket did pull back down here today. So, Zach, we may have a little more pullback. I was kind of surprised. So, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Lucid pulling back right there as well. And your Sterling, or not Sterling, your Rivian was Sterling. Rivian right there. I looked at it and I tried to look at Rivian, but I said Sterling. Rivian was actually up today. I saw this. Rivian doesn't look too bad. So, interesting. Lucid down. Rivian is up right there. Rich Tech Robotics, I thought, looked a little better last night than it does today. I mean, it still doesn't look bad. Look at this thing. I think that's trying to curl up too. I would keep an eye on Rich Tech Robotics right there. I'm going to say it's still setting up right there to try to go. And then that Galt was down a little bit, Joseph Levy. But another one, it almost looks like that's trying to get set up. Maybe a little healthy pullback there. And that gets rocking and rolling next week. Fun was up. There you go. And there you are. Laptop Travel looking a lot better. Play wasn't looking bad the other day, and now that dipped down. So I'm telling you, these dip opportunities, whenever they happen, they do bust. They run right up. Look at Fun right there. It was pulling back like the last 2 days, remember? And then bam, and look at that thing. That looks like it could be a lot of fun right there. That could be fun tomorrow, guys. FUN. So you might want to keep an eye on that, Michael Anthony, tomorrow. That's good old Six Flags. See if you're going to Six Flags tomorrow, Michael Anthony. You can go ride some roller coasters. And Six Flags, they also have safaris. At least they do in New Jersey. It's pretty cool. and you can drive through there and see the animals. So there you are with fun, because it's looking pretty fun right there. I must say, grab right here. That was dipping down today. I saw that. That looks like it could pull back. And we were talking about AMPX, and that was amping up, I must say, and could continue right up to that 16 area, Ross. I mean, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. That doesn't look bad right there, I must say. It does look like it could continue up right there for AMPX. And I guess I sold that one a little bit too early as well. So there you go with AMPX. And let's see what else is going on with our list. NMTC, this was looking good today, guys. This thing, it's just bouncing around. I know it is has this resistance right here at like 91. If it can break that, it's definitely going up to that dollar area. So keep an eye on it. That one's not a bad one right there, that Neuro One Medical Technologies. And how about Wolf right here? Good old Wolf Speed, big dip right there today. And let's see, is it going to bounce back up off the 20 right there in 2050 in MACD? I'm not sure. It was looking pretty good, but did take a nice little dip. That KXIN still looks pretty good after that dip yesterday. So, or 2 days ago, whenever it was, 2 days ago, I guess. And that could get moving there, Doge Mama 9 again. And then your data vault right here, guys. I'm telling you what, this thing's been looking pretty good. Like I told you, buy the dips. The dips were definitely opportunities. In the 64, you're at 74, spiked all the way up here at the 78 today, I think it says, something like that. 79 it got up to, and it does look good. It's curling up right there. Data vault looking pretty good at the moment. So definitely keep an eye on that one for you penny stock likers. And anybody else that likes that one, JTAI, another one, guys. This one has that look. It ran up already. Remember, we had it on the list. We were tracking it down. It ran right up. It's hitting the 20s. See if it can get rolling up some more. I'm not positive it'll run up more tomorrow, but maybe it can get set up. It's an interesting look still right there. So maybe it still has some room to run up. I'll have to look at it tomorrow for that Jet AI right there, JTAI. And then here's your B hat right here. Who was that? Was it Doge Mama 9 asking? Yeah, Doge Mama 9 asking about that B hat. And they have the reverse split coming, remember. So be careful with this thing. I know it ran up today. I saw it spike, but I would be careful and let that reverse split happen next week. And that's on the 9th or something. It's just set up there. Is that what it said? It says split on the 9th. When is that? That's that's Monday. So yeah, I don't know if you want to get involved in this thing tomorrow, Doge Mama 9, being that it's going to reverse split on Monday. But obviously, we want to keep an eye on it going into the reverse split on Monday and see how it looks as it reverse. For whatever reason, you buy it ahead of time, it doesn't work out for you. You like lose your value when it reverse splits. But if you buy it after reverse splits and it pops, you're in good shape. Don't ask me why, but that's just the way it works. And so yeah, Doge Mama 9, I say we just keep an eye on it tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. It looks like it's actually bouncing off that MACD coming down tomorrow. And then after the reverse split Monday, I think that's when we need to look at that guy. So we'll definitely keep it on the list right there. T-Pet was up today. This one was blasting off pretty good. And look at that thing up to 240. Wow, look at that. It was down at 40 cents the other day, and it ran up to 240 today. That's pretty wild right there for TPET. And that was a monster play. And there you go with your oil ones and some of these oil ones. Remember TMDE? I was always talking about this thing. This thing's been spiking up. That looks like it could be a play for tomorrow again right there, TMDE. So there you are with that one. That could continue to cruise up. And this is a good one, Doge Mama 9 right here. This UOKA has been beaten down. I don't see a reverse split or anything right there. Public offering, that's March 3rd. When was that? They did secure an offering, so it already had that news right there. This thing looks pretty decent. We'll keep an eye on it and see what it wants to do tomorrow. And this is that UK real estate one, right? Yeah, lodging one. And definitely keep an eye on this thing. It says something. I don't know what it says. It announced its prioritizing development of a digital animation museum platform as a key growth initiative supported by its recently secured financing. I have no idea what they're doing. What the heck are they? What are they talking? Why are they getting what? A digital Animation Museum. What does that even mean? I have no idea. What's that mean? Digital. What did I say? I have to go back and look. I just wanted to see what this looks like. Let's see. It looks like I'm about to get a. Looks like I'm about to get a virus. I don't even know. Here you go. Laptop travel. What the hell does this say? You're probably the only one that knows what this says. To be honest with you, they got some soccer players on there, and I have no idea what this thing does. If anybody knows what this does, good luck, because I can't really read that information. So there you go. I thought it was in like the UK. That doesn't look like it's exactly the UK language right there. Maybe they got hijacked. I have no idea what the hell's going on with that one, guys. You like it there, Doge Mom, and I think it looks good. I think the website looks like it got hijacked. What the hell is going on? Wasn't it from the UK? And why is it all in what was that in Chinese or something? I don't even know. But anyway, if we'll look at it tomorrow. It does look good, and it's way down here, so definitely keep an eye on that one. How about this E long one? Isn't that what I put? ELPW? Yeah, this thing was spiking around today. You can see that, and that looks like it's trying to curl up and not looking bad. So keep an eye on it. Was up and then pull back in the after hours, but it could get rolling. And then the airlines, Laptop Travel mentioned these the other day, and they were pulling back right here. Or was it Michael Anthony, Lewis Rodriguez? Somebody mentioned these things. I think it was Laptop Travel did. But anyway, these are getting down here right here, so definitely keep an eye on that. American Airlines right there. United Airlines right there. Look at that big old dip today. That was a good one. And LUV was dipping down. So we could be always short that. I mean, that thing looks like it wants to dip down some more right there. It looks like LUV is going down. And excuse me, that's interesting right there. So yeah, airlines are going down. We had mentioned that the other day, as a matter of fact. I don't know why we didn't take advantage of that, but I definitely didn't. I don't know about you guys, but I know we definitely said it. Here you go, Michael Anthony, your ABEO dipping down pretty hard right there today. And then your DLO was on the DL today because that looks like it's dipping down pretty good. And even your uranium player right here, unfortunately, that was taking a big hit, UEC. And your Tiger right here was down as well. So the Tiger's not roaring just yet right there. And then even your pager duty was up again. So that's the only one that was looking great, and no wonder why, because it keeps on going up for some reason right there. And there you go. With your Michael Anthony ones, MOBX right here was bouncing around a lot today. I know that. And you can see, look at these spiking up all over the place, spiking down. Does look like it's trying to run first thing in the morning. I'd say Doge Mama 9. I'd look at it tomorrow morning, that's for sure, especially early in the morning if you're up for the 4 a.m. Because if it's running at that time, look where it ended at 8 p.m. right there. I mean, that's the perfect pop right there. I mean, I was setting up to resume the pop, that's for sure. So I'd keep an eye on that, Doge Mama 9, Laptop Travel, and everyone else that's playing 4 a.m. right there. So that could be an interesting one right off the bat right there, MOBX. And let's see what else is going on with our rhythm right here. That had some rhythm going down. MSOS was going down as well right there. Nope, that's not Tilray, but Tilray I think was going down too. Yeah, it was. And Canopy Growth right here had a little pullback. So even the cannabis stocks pulling back right there. Sezzle was up. It could be get cruising again, guys. I would say let's keep an eye on Sezzle. That could be getting set up again. SEZL. And that could be looking pretty good. And that's Sterling. I had mentioned it earlier, but I don't even think did I type it in? I don't even remember. It was dipping down pretty good. It looks like it might be dipping down even more right there. Rivian, like I said, was looking pretty good. That could be getting set up right there. Good old RVIN right now. So keep an eye on Rivian. And Symbiotic right here. Wasn't that up a little? No, it was down a little. It was up a little today. Was that this morning? Yeah, it was up first thing this morning. I remember looking at it. There you go. Had that pop up right at the beginning of the day. And then it came down. And then it went up a little bit, but not enough. And then it got kind of, look at them red candles right there at the end of the day for Symbiotic. So that's interesting. That looks like it's curling down right now, too. So it looked pretty good this morning. and it was up when I first looked at it, but it is down and not looking as good. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And there you are with those guys. They were our Joey's Jams. Let's look at our laptop travel list right here. Baos, Baos, and that's not looking too bad, curling up. You do have a lot of traffic up here. You have your 50, then you got that resistance and this one. But if it can get through to 50, it can probably hit the next stop. So that could be a decent one right there. I think it says BTBD, that BT brands. That looks good right there. Look at that. That gets through to 50 tomorrow. It could get bumping. So another one, keep an eye on, up 4.5% right there. DSY, that big tree cloud holdings. It just reverse split right there, February 23rd. And that's what we're going to be looking at for that B hat when it reverse splits. Actually, to get set up, maybe a little pullback and then get rocking and rolling. But anyway, this is DSY hitting that 20. I don't know if it gets rocking and rolling more tomorrow. I'd have to look at it probably tomorrow, guys. So that's the DSY. And this GRNQ is Green Pro Capital right there. And let's see, it's up 4 cents. That's curling up pretty good. That looks like it's trying to do something. I got to see this thing. These things have interesting looks right here, especially in the market's a little strange. That does look like it wants to try to run up a little bit more there. And again, tomorrow being a Friday, it's hard to tell if it really wants to get cruising tomorrow, but I would keep an eye on it. HTOO, Fusion Fuel, green right here. And that thing curled up. Look at that curling up. I would say you might even hit the 50 on that tomorrow. It's at 351. It did pull. Well, maybe not. I'm telling you, I just never see that purple. I never wrote that down. That's why. Purple numbers. Hold on. Purple after hours for Finviz. They got to change that thing. They have to make it orange. Make it orange. Orange would jump out. All right. I'll hit them up. We'll see if we get that changed. Right there. I'm sure they don't have a problem. Yeah, that purple is just I don't even see that. I'm not even kidding. So now it's like they have it there now all the time. And now I just don't see it. So that's pretty wild. Pretty funny, to be honest with you, because I asked them to put it on there. They put it on, and now I still can't see. That's pretty hilarious. Can you change this again, guys, please? For me, I was the one that asked them to do all that, and they did it. They made it all happen, but they made it the absolute worst color. I mean, it's not their fault. They don't know. I can't see anything with my brain injury. But yeah, that purple and black, I just don't see it. It has to be like that yellow. I see that orange. I'd be able to see. I think that would jump out to me. So that they're gonna have to try to change that for me. I think they'll have no problem doing that. So it would be pretty cool too if you could change them in the settings, but I don't think you can change these two prices, and I don't think you really need to as long as you can see them. And again, that one just blends in. But anyway, that's just my issue, and I'll hit up Finviz. I forgot to do it, but now I wrote it down, so I'll try to do it afterwards. And because they're great, I'm telling you, this thing looks really good there. I mean, in the chart. And then it had that pull. I mean, I'm just like I can't figure out what it wants to do here because it looked really good. Then it had a little pullback, but it still doesn't look so bad. But it has that red candle on a Friday. I guess you got to be careful because it spiked up right there, but it did look pretty good right there, I must say, for HTOO. And IBG, what is that? Innovation Beverage Group, and that looks pretty good. You could get a good little spike off of this thing tomorrow, possibly. I'd keep an eye on that IBG. I'll run through this list in the morning when I'm doing my list and going through, see what that looks like. That J long right there, I remember it took a huge dip and bouncing back up. Not sure that gets moving there tomorrow, but not so bad. LHAI, not familiar with this one right here, but that actually looks pretty good right there. Doge Mama 9, how about that thing? Let's see. LHAI, I don't even know that one right there, but it does look pretty good. Real estate one in USA, and that does look nice. I'm trying to get over here so I can type it in. LHAI. Yeah, that is looking pretty nice right there. That is good. LHAI. And let's see, LGPS right here, Log Pro Style. And let me see. Oh, that one's trying to bounce up too. The good old Log Pro Style. Not familiar with it, but it doesn't look terrible right there. MEGL, we're familiar with the Magic Empire Global right there. And That doesn't look bad. That could continue its way up there tomorrow. So you could have a little mover on the MEGL. And this is next trip or something. And this is next trip. NTRP right there. Look at that. Ran up. And then ran up pretty good in the after hours. Didn't we say this was going up yesterday, guys? I believe we definitely did. Next trip. And there, look at that spike up today. I mean, how do you call it like that? Pull that clip from yesterday, guys. Laptop travel, because I asked you what your next trip was. I said this next trip was going to the 50. It blasted right through it. And there you go. And I don't remember much, but I just know I said it had that Pac-Man look and it was going yesterday. And there you go, right there. So I would say next trip could have another next trip up again tomorrow. Keep an eye on that one. Versus Systems ran up today, but be careful. I had a good spike up. Could be a good one for the morning. And WXM right here, not looking too bad. And that's trying to curl up right there. So, yeah, that one could be another little popper right there. WXM. And WXM, yeah, XPON right here is X Beyond 360, and that's in a good spot right there. Had a little pullback, but I would say that doesn't look too bad going into tomorrow. And XRTX. That's a tough one. Not too bad right there, but it is curling up. You could see the 50 on that tomorrow right there. So keep an eye on that one right there. And there you go, laptop travel. We're going to face some warflation, you said. Yeah, I think we might be facing something. I think the markets could pull back right here. That's for sure. And what's crypto doing? It's at 71 right now, not looking bad. It's just jumping around, that's for sure. And we looked at it at the beginning. Let's go ahead and look at our Luis Rodriguez list right here. First, before we do that, let's look at gold and silver. They were both down today, and they don't look great. Remember, I was saying I didn't think they looked great, and there you are. That's probably why, because they were both down. JNUG, that's not JNUG. That's still not JNUG. Where is JNUG? There it is. That's a huge dip right there, guys, I must say. And Nug took a nice dip right there, but we'll see if they can get bouncing. So that is not looking great going into tomorrow. And that remix right there, REMX, that was dipping down as well. And like I said, USAR not looking great. It was up a little bit, but they don't look really that good today. UAMY was down. Your 4Us was down. We went through them at the beginning, and they're just not looking perfect right there. So there you are with that. And here you are. We already looked at T-Pet right here, but Luis Rodriguez had liked it. And it does look like it does look like it could continue to run up there tomorrow, or at least be bouncing around right there. That's for sure. And TNYA, look at that. Tenya Therapeutics. That one was ripping there today. That's for sure. Not sure what was going on there, but it could continue. We were looking at PDYN because you had mentioned this, and wow, that was a big blast off. Holy cow. I don't even know if their earnings were good here, Michael Anthony. I have no idea, but that thing got ripping. That's for sure. PDYN. And let's see, Trade Desk kind of came back down a little bit today. It spiked up, and obviously we were talking about it because the old CEO got like $148 million insider buy, ignited the rally. Yeah, I would say so. That's the CEO's record, $148 million buy. But yeah, that's what Trade Desk did. It kind of popped up first thing and then just pulled back and went flat right there. So we'll see tomorrow. I'm not exactly convinced. It might have a little pullback, but it'll probably run. It'll run up again. It's just a matter of watching it. Signing day sports looks pretty good. SGN and Credo was running up this morning as well. CRDO, and there you are. CRDO, yeah, Credo. And that was running up and not looking too bad to try to continue its way right there. And INDO is running too. Indonesia Energy Corp. That was spiking back up. And that one could continue to spike up tomorrow. So another one you can keep an eye on, INDO for tomorrow, just like TPET. And also that TMDE right there was looking pretty good as well. So you can definitely keep an eye on them. UAVS, you put this? I didn't even realize I wrote it down, Luis Rodriguez, but like I've been saying, has been looking pretty good now, like service now today, and that was looking really good. Look at that thing curling up and cruising along. So there you are with that. The big bear right here, BBAI. I like that look right there. That could be good for tomorrow, the BBAI, and that is your big bear. So That could put you in a big bear hug tomorrow and run up right there. And MongoDB, let's see. Oh, that took a big old dip. And yeah, that's probably getting set up, MDB. So that might be one to keep an eye on going into next week, as a matter of fact, Luis Rodriguez. This was getting on the right path yesterday. And that's why PATH, and you might have some momentum on that path right there. So PATH looking pretty good. And let's see what your Salesforce. Ooh, that looks real good. Salesforce for tomorrow. CRM, guys. Look at that bad boy. That looks pretty good right there. And that should continue its momentum, I would have to say. And your data dog today, you knew that was running, didn't we? And we talked about that dog and two other dogs. I don't remember what the other dogs were. One was a dog therapeutic. I forget. Dogwood, right? Oh, these two right here. DWTX, that was it. That one pulled, that dog pulled back right there. And then dogness, isn't it? This is DOGZ. And this dog pulled back as well. So the only dog that was really running today was the data dog, guys. So there you are with your DDOG. And it doesn't look bad right there. It is hitting a 50, but I think it's getting over it and trying to continue its way up there. So there you go with DDOG. And we day or W day, work day, whatever the heck it's called, work day right there looks pretty good. So watch that. AMPX, we looked at several times, but you're right, it is spiking up there. And then the QURE Unicure, I think it might be. I don't know, but wow, that's going to be a good one. That's been pulled back right there. Let's see. They do have options. We have to see this. March 20th forces you to go out a little bit. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 5,000. Look at that. They got them into the 30s. And I would say that's pretty good right there. That's looking pretty good, I must say. Your QURE, because you can just see it. I mean, look at that thing. It's just curling up right there. I mean, it's going to start moving, and even if it only runs up to the 14, that's still a nice run. So I would say that's a little setup right there, QURE. So there you are. Luis Rodriguez, thank you for your list and appreciate that. And let's see, Palantir in its place. A dip is coming. I think so. I do think Palantir could see a little dip action, but although look at that 20 and 50 meeting up and in between there. I mean, this is a tough one to definitely tell what it wants to do. Michael Anthony says it's dipping, guys. Look at that 20 moving up though. It's interesting. I would say it could top out right here. I mean, you could get over the 50 to the 200 and then pull back. I could see that happening next week, but obviously, we're going to have to monitor this situation right here, Michael Anthony, because you said it's pulling back, and we're keeping an eye on that bad boy. We have people already following you and buying puts like Sam and everybody else. Kathy Woods going against you, and we had a whole jingle about it, as a matter of fact. So if I knew where that jingle was, I'd play it. But anyway, that's our Palantir. And we'll go through the rest of the list real quick. Then we'll play some jingles. I know Luis Rodriguez probably already put a bunch up. Let me see over here. I'll tell you if he did. Let me see. What did you put up here, Luis Rodriguez? There is a notification from about 15 minutes ago, and it looks like it is definitely a jingle right there. So we'll have to look at that. And then you guys were tweeting out jingles and others. Laptop Travel, I think, put some jingles out right there. I'll retweet that your post there, Laptop Travel, and it looks like you put some more jingles in there. There they all are. I see them in there. Okay, so I'm looking on a different page, but I think I have the things set up correctly as well. And so I think the sound's already on, but we'll get to that in a few moments. So I'll hop over here. Let's finish up our list and what you guys want to see, because I know Michael Anthony's on here and he wants to look at his PAGS right there. So we definitely have to see what PAGS is. And does anyone know why SenesTech is now restricted to liquidation only on Webull? It's not a good sign. I have no idea, Laptop Travel. I forgot to mention that. You mentioned it this morning when we were on in the Discord, and I forgot. I read it, but then I totally forgot I read it, and I forgot to read it out loud to Ben and ask him, because I have no idea, to be honest with you. But I did see that happen. Well, I saw you write it. I didn't actually physically see it, but I saw you post it. So I'm not sure though. Does anyone else know? Ross or anybody? Do you guys know the answer to that? I have no idea, to be honest with you, laptop travel. But like I said, I saw you post it there this morning. Was that this morning or yesterday? I don't really remember, but I know you posted it. That's for sure. And yeah, I don't see any new news. It's like a month ago. So I have no idea. I'm not even sure what that answer is, laptop travel. If anybody knows the answer, please fill us in for sure. And let's go through our Spy Mag 7, all them guys, and then we'll see what's going on with all your messages. And of course, Michael Anthony wants to look at PAGS. Hold on. Yeah, he's right. All kind. We'll go through all your stuff, Michael Anthony. You know we don't miss any of your stuff. Plus, we got jingles. What do you think of the jingles, Michael Anthony? Were you liking them? And KXIN, Michael Anthony has called that to go to 0. Oh man, you don't like KXIN, Michael Anthony? I thought you were a big trader on this one. Is this a Chinese one too? Yeah, China ought to do. You don't see this one going like to $100 million, Michael Anthony, like in the next 5 days. Nah, this one could actually pop. I'm not gonna lie. And it was setting up, and anytime you get that, that's a dip and rip look right there, I must say. KXIN. I would definitely be keeping that on the penny stock list. And I know Doge Mama 9 likes it. She's our penny stock queen, and she even has her own jingle. I know that. That's a good jingle, I'm telling you. And this weekend, I'll get the MP3s files. Luis Rodriguez, you'll have to send them over to me or something. And or I might even be able to download them. I didn't give it a try yet, but I will definitely get them and upload them so that we just have them right in our bank, like doom, 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 and I can just go right on here on the like I can with the sound effects and stuff. Like when we see Palantir, when Michael Anthony gets Palantir correct, so I'll get them all in there. Like I said, I can add more music, and there is music like this rock. I like that song. I think I played them before. We can even play dance pop. Dance around, guys. Hold on. Here we go. We're going clubbing, everybody. Whether you like it or not. Michael Anthony's clubbing in there. Oh, there you go, Michael Anthony. Dance pop. Here you go. We should just play this in the background like every night. This is great. Michael Anthony's probably got his glow sticks out right now. He's going crazy. And it's bringing him back to his youth. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's get out of that. Let's go back to what we were up to. This show gets crazy sometimes. Let's see. What was I even doing? The Spy and Mag 7 and everything else. Let me see. Overnight futures dipped as oil rallied on Iran's denial of peace talks. Oil with continued strength on the news. There you go. And we were saying that BATL and them guys in USO. And that was ripping up there at the end of the day. I mean, it pulled back in the after hours. I'd assume it trying to run up some more, but it did almost get to 100 today. We had the calls on it to go to 100. So that did run. Good call if you were in the old Discord this morning, that's for sure. And let's see. Our SPY right here did close down. And again, it is just a little wild look. It does look like it's pulling back, though. I'm not going to lie. What did I say this morning, guys? I didn't think they looked that great, right? I should have stuck with that hardcore. And the Qs, actually, though, I mean, they look like they could pull back, but they don't look terrible just yet. So I'd beware of that. And I guess it's I don't even know which ones were up. I forget was up, but it does look like it could be pulling back right there. And it was Microsoft kind of holding it up, I guess. I have no idea. I couldn't figure out how the Qs were even holding themselves up as much as they were. And we did play them down, don't get me wrong, but they did have a little bounce back, and I was pretty surprised about that. But anyway, that's what that was up to. And your IWM, I definitely said that wasn't looking good yesterday, and that was just a disaster today. I mean, it spiked up first thing and boom, straight down right there. So, and actually, somebody I believe asked me what the IWM looked like this morning before the market opened, and I said not good. So I guess I should have stuck with that too, huh? Because that would have been a good call right there if you played them puts from the get-go. I mean, even if you just let it spike. I mean, if you bought it right at the get-go, it was perfect at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, even 3 o'clock. They were still down. So there you are with your IWM and your indices. Apple was pulling back a little bit. Let me get onto the daily chart right there. And it is hitting that trend line, but that doesn't look great either right there, I must say. Amazon right here, that doesn't look too bad. I won't say it looks terrible. It looks like it could get up to that 50 right there for Amazon. Then you have your Google right here, and that bad boy just kind of hitting the line. And I mean, it doesn't look perfect, Luis Rodriguez. I could see it pulling back a little bit more for your Google, and Meta was pulling back a little bit. It doesn't look terrible right there either. I don't know what their rating was. It was a I have no idea. What is it? It's a gray rating, whatever it was. I have no idea what that means. But it is a gray rating and it looks gray. I have no idea what it I mean the whole chart it just has I have no idea what it looks like. Oh, it cut it to neutral, I guess. Is that today? Who's a REIT? Is that what that name is? ARETE. I don't even know how to say that, but they cut Meta to neutral from buy and trims target to 676 from 732. Okay, whatever. And anyway, so there you go. And like I said, it doesn't look perfect right there, Meta at the moment. And then your Microsoft not looking bad. We were talking about it, and it does look like it could run up a little bit more. So keep an eye on your MSFT right there. And then your NVIDIA right there, not too bad. That one could try to continue to curl up tomorrow. We could keep an eye on that one as well. Tesla still dipping down a little bit, but it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great. It just looks like it's going to bounce around right there. That looks like it tried to bottom out, but I guess it could get rejected right here and get knocked down. So just beware of that on your Tesla. And AMC, like I was saying, it was looking pretty good the other day and it's running up a little. And GameStop trying to get set back up. We'll look at that. Tomorrow, Chewy, look at that thing trying to rebound. And Unity still going up a little bit, getting into the channel, trying to run right there. Look at Netflix, still up right there. And while we're talking about it, Paramount still down. And Warner Brothers is just basically hanging out. I'm telling you, I'd say the big winner was Netflix. They just walked away with a bunch of money. And look, I mean, the 20 and 50s meeting up. The thing looks like it wants to go up to $100 right there. And that's pretty crazy for Netflix. So congratulations, Netflix, on your big win, AVGO. Like I said, still holding itself up after yesterday's earnings, and MU pulling back a little bit right there. Didn't we say that last night? It was going to dip down. Well, there you go with that. And TSM, we said that one as well. SMCI, that one pulled back a little bit right there. Not looking so bad. AMD pulling back. That doesn't look so bad either. I'd keep an eye on that AMD right there. That could be a little dip and rip look. And then your QCOM was pulling back today. And let's see. I mean, it is pulling back. It does look like it could pull back some more. Snow is going up. Did you guys see this thing today? That thing was going up. I don't even know if they had any news. Oh, they did. I don't know what it was. Something there, something over here, and Snowflake. Was it earnings? No, it wasn't. I have no idea. I'm not sure what the heck happened there. But anyway, snow did go exploding today. I have no idea what happened. Maybe it'll say it over here a little more clearly for me because I'm not sure. No, it doesn't say anything over here either. I have no idea, guys, to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure why it exploded, but snow did look good. So you can keep an eye on that. Could possibly have a little momentum tomorrow on snow. And let's see what PayPal was up to. There you go, bouncing up some more. So yeah, it's not looking bad right there. I'd say that was looking still healthy. Intel, I think, looks pretty good as well. I think Intel could continue its way up. I would say that's getting ready to run right there. INTC is what Intel is, and keep an eye on that one. How about your Dell? It's pulling back here. It still doesn't look too bad, but I'd be careful up there. I mean, we had a really nice run up, and there's that IBM like we were talking about running up. I'm telling you, we had nailed them all. Palantir, there you go, pulling back. We talked about it enough tonight, Michael Anthony. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this thing and see who is going to be there. And remember, I was saying Sophie wasn't looking too bad. That still looks pretty good right there, I must say. And in your SNDK, we were talking about this going down yesterday, were we not? And look at that thing, down $33 right there. Adobe not looking bad, and we like this, and we like the Oracle. Look at this, guys. I mean, holy cow, the call calls were just ridiculous off the show. MicroStrategy pulling back, hitting the 50. They just don't break through it right yet. And Robinhood just kind of hanging out. That might bounce around a little bit tomorrow on a Friday. Coinbase pulling back. And Bull, they had their earnings. It looked good in the morning, then it definitely pulled back right there again. And then your space right here, Virgin Galactic pulling back, not so great at the moment. And what is Boeing up to? That was dipping down pretty good. Boeing looks like it's going to pull back pretty hard right there. So we are seeing some good pullback in DJT. If everything pulls back, you better believe DJT will. Nike pulling back good. Lulu was pulling back a little. It was more flat, but there you are. Had a little pullback right there. McDonald's even pulling back. When the market's red and McDonald's is pulling back, we're in trouble. You know that. Disney right there pulling back, Luis Rodriguez. That looks like it could go down a little more. And Oxy even down a little bit. ExxonMobil was up. And CVX is trying to bounce back up right there. So your oil and gas plays obviously are in play right there. And there you go. And let's see. You're saying that UOKA. Let's see what laptop you guys can see what he said because we were talking about it earlier. And let's see. That's what it looks like right there. And what do? They engage in the hotel and rental management business in the UK. It engages in the management and rental properties and operation of hotels. So, Chinese management, Mr. Somebody. Simping Exuja, somebody is the CEO and chairman, and Mr. Mengwan Wang, chief financial officer. Oh, Mr. Mengnan Wang or something. I don't know what that. Look at these names, guys. You think I could pronounce them names? But that is why it's in Chinese because I was like pretty shocked when I clicked on the website and it was in Chinese there, Laptop Travel. So I guess that's the reasoning, Janica. And at least Laptop Travel made it a little more clear for us. You were asking about T-Pet. We did look at that one. And like I said, I think it could continue to spike up, and your battalion oil tomorrow could continue to spike up, to be honest. So keep an eye. They don't have options on either of them. I already looked. I was like, these options would have been insane, but they don't have them. You're playing regular shares. But yeah, they both look pretty good. I would say Janica going into tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. And how are you doing, Ross? We were talking earlier. And let me see what else is going on. GXAI. I forgot. What did we even say about that thing, Doge Mama 9? I have no idea. It was spiking up right there. I'm not even sure what that's doing. Let's see. GXAI. I know we talked about it. That could be 1 in the morning, I guess. It's got an interesting look with that pullback, but it's sitting right there. I would say look at it in the morning right there. And let's see. Didn't Berkshire announce a stock buyback today? Did they? I have no idea. That would be bizarre, Luis Rodriguez. You know how often we ever click on this thing? It's never. And I just happened to click on it. Maybe you know why. Because it was one of the few ones that was green. That was what it was. I could see the letters. That's why I clicked. That's why I typed it in there. I was going to say I never click on this. I mean, it's $750,000. We're not exactly trading it every day. Like, what are the options go for? Don't even have it. You can only buy share. Yeah, you got to fork out almost over $250,000 to get one share. I remember not long ago though, it was when it was at like 500,000 back here. Yeah, there you go. Look at that thing. In 1 year, guys, the thing went up like $250,000. That's pretty crazy, huh? And let's see. The CEO, Greg Abel, buys 15.3 million of stocks and confirms company has resumed share repurchases. Yeah, there you go. Whoever said that, I don't even know. Luis Rodriguez. So I had no idea. I just clicked on it just because it was green, I think. And B-Hat we were talking about right there. Let's see. And you were talking about utilizing something AI agents and select applications. I'm not even sure what company you were talking about there, Luis Rodriguez. Sorry, but I'm not sure. And let me see. Going to be on the. Oh no, you're going to. Luis Rodriguez is going to be on the road, so he's posting jingles now for later. All right, perfect. So Luis Rodriguez might be on the road listening to the show. And let me see. I hope I can get the captions. I'm going to work on that this weekend. And my shirt looks like today's heat map. That's hilarious right there. It actually does. You're not even kidding. That's pretty funny. And here you go, Michael Anthony, your Pag Segura or whatever the thing's called. Yeah, Pag Segura or something. There you go. It was down a little bit today, bouncing around. What did you say? You bought six up. You bought 6,500 at that cost is 1009, and that in after hours was at 1050, but has major support at 10. That falls below will pop right back up over 10. There you guys go. So that's what Michael Anthony did today, everybody. He bought PAGS, and he loves that. And what did they even do? Did we click on this? I have no, yeah, I think we clicked on it like 5 times. I still forget every time. And it's a merchant company, Piguros Pag, whatever the hell it's called. What's it called? Pag Seguro is what it's called. PAGS. And let's see, and Laptop Travel has a few TTD. We looked at that. Like I said, that could pull back a little more. And I was saying this at the beginning of the show. I don't think you were on yet, Laptop Travel. That was a huge dip right there. It could pull back a little more. And then we looked at AMPX a few times. As a matter of fact, was looking really good. Quick, we did not look at. What's that up to? That's not looking too bad. I traded that a couple times before, and that is not looking so bad right there. It looks a little flat, but could run up. What's METS? Is that the Mets? I don't even know. Is that what you wrote? METS? METS. I don't even know what that is, but I don't see anything. Is that was that a typo perhaps? I'm guessing. Amazon. Again, not looking bad for that 50 battalion we talked about. Not looking bad for tomorrow. And MOBX right there, like I was saying. Keep an eye on that in the morning. This thing could get a little spike up. You can see it up in the after hours right there. Not looking so bad. And look at the setup right there at the end of the day. So you definitely at 4 a.m. I was saying that at the beginning of the show too, Laptop Travel. Keep an eye on that right at 4 a.m. Look at that. Look at how that's set up right at the end of the day at 8 p.m. when it closed. I mean, that's crazy resuming right there for 4. So there you are with that. And we were talking about Sinestech. No idea why they're restricted to liquidation only on Webull. Trump has declared he wants to pick the next Iranian leader. So that's interesting. And has anyone, Michael Anthony, do you want to be the next Iranian leader? How about that? There you go. He get you a new job. And being Friday, that the market will tank even more with the war getting worth that Trump said he going to finish this war now that the U.S. blew Iran many of their. What the hell are you talking about? Did you like talk? What is? Oh my god, my head hurts and I don't even know what you just said, and I've already been confused all week. So anyway, I gotta read this sentence again or whatever this you want to call this phrase, paragraph, whatever. I have no. What did he write? Being Friday, that the market will tank even more with the war. Getting worth that Trump said he going to finish this war now. That the U.S. blew Iran many of their missiles up. I don't know what the heck. I mean, you're saying something, Michael Anthony. You're trying to make sense, but I'm not following it, so I'm not sure. But anyway, T-Pet was being traded after the close. Yeah, that was being traded around. That thing's been flying right there. And maybe there have an air tag on. Oh yeah, you know that dude's toast. That I don't know how to say his name. What is it? I don't even know what his name is. You guys know that, but his son's the new leader, and that dude, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets wiped out. I mean, guys, they tapped into the entire like surveillance system, the street cameras. They hacked into that. I mean, they did some crazy stuff. As a matter of fact, do you know what the Israelis did to trick them? This is how they got the dude, whatever his name is. That's Kamal. I don't know what his name is. I can't pronounce anything, but whatever his name is, you know how they got that guy to like actually go out and do that plan, and like they had this thing rigged up. I mean, holy cow, Israel's insane, guys. This is what they did. They literally on purpose, they on purposely said that like all their top military and everybody was going to Sabbath, whatever. I think I'm Jewish. I don't even know how to. I think that's what you call it. On a Friday, and so they basically showed all of their top people going home with their families. They leaked all that footage out, like put it all out there, so that that guy would feel like he had no threat over the weekend. And immediately, what they did was, in disguise, they went home, they leaked all the footage so that this guy would actually feel comfortable that he could go and do the meeting, which obviously he did because that's exactly what he went and did. And then he met with the top people. So he had that meeting. He brought all of his top guys there. And they thought they were perfectly fine to go over the stuff. And they knew that they were probably going to be getting attacked soon. So they did want to get some kind of thing going, and they also wanted to put that supreme leader guy into a bunker, to make sure that he was protected. And here, Israelis, they went back and started flying the warplanes over, and then just bombed them. Like, why they could see everything because they had hacked into their into like their CCTVs on their traffic things, like their traffic signal things, their traffic lights. That's what they're called. Their traffic lights, and like the CCTV. They hacked that whole entire system. They had that entirely hacked. They had a CIA agent on the ground, like infiltrated inside of his circle as well. They knew everything going on. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, how crazy is that, guys? So, yeah, you can. This guy was one of the most protected people, like they say, on the face of the earth, and they somehow got him. And that's how they got him. They got him because they put their guard down because they thought that Israel tricked them. That's what, bottom line, they really kind of tricked them. And they knew that was the only way they would be able to get them. They had to kind of trick them to do it. And they did it. I mean, the guys are crazy. Between the pagers and this thing, Jesus. I mean, I mean, just the fact that you hack into their traffic signals and all that, and the CCTVs, and have all that information, it's pretty wild, guys. I'm not going to lie, what they pull off. A lot of planning, a lot of smart people, I would say. But not only that, to even just carry that out. Like, I mean, you have that idea, but then you got years of like having to do that work and really be on top of it. Never let us, I mean, they never let anybody know anything that's going on. They're completely secretive of it all. And somehow they just pull off these insane things. I mean, that pager thing was nuts. This is crazy too. So yeah, they were the ones that really took out the supreme leader, dude. They were going for him and they got him. So interesting, huh, Michael Anthony? But anyway, your ESTC right here. This does look good. I'm not sure what the heck it is. It's a software company, but it looks pretty good, I must say. And your Viking right here to present next week in Miami. So you think Vikings ready to get going right here? Let's see, Viking. We'll look at it. Let's add it to this list over here, Laptop Travel, and I'll add it for next week. I'll keep Viking on the list so that we can see what's up with that next week. And Michael Anthony just said going down. I mean, that's Michael Anthony. He's going down, guys. That's what he said. So I have no idea what he's going down for, but there you go. And he told you that the news. Hold on, we got another dandy beauty right here. I told you that the news, that another bubble like 2008. That is why all banks like WFC, 7 Bank, BAC, and the rest selling off. So that's what Michael Anthony told us. Even all the miners selling off, the gold miners certainly are selling off, that's for sure. And look at ABO, can't bounce today. You said, yeah, we looked at that one. That was way down there. And it did take a little dip there today, and I don't think it's ready to bounce. It has earnings coming up. I'd wait until St. Patty's Day when the earnings come. And what did you say here? All by the dip isn't working now that people so worry about the bubble that Jamie Dimon said months ago, saying lots of coach roaches will fail. I think that's cockroaches, but he wrote coach roaches. So there you go. What a coach roach, everybody. And what did you say here, Michael Anthony? You should Google about the bubble that you're going to get hurt by a nose. That won't bounce. That even CNBC saying buying the dip not working. What dip are you buying? I don't even know. Michael Anthony thinks that when the penny stocks we play them, they're like long terms. They're like one dayers. Michael Anthony. I tried to explain this to him 100 times. He doesn't get it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And yeah, that B hat right there. There you go. Look, see, Doge Mama 9 made some bucks on that B hat, but I'll stop at this point. Thanks. Didn't know about the reverse split. So yeah, definitely be careful with that. And UOKA is looking pretty good right there. So we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. But beware of the B hat reverse split coming Monday. So hop out of that. MOBX looking good for that beginning tomorrow. So definitely look at that one. And didn't you say you sold your PD? Oh, yeah, Michael Anthony. Didn't you say you sold that yesterday? It went up some more right there, as a matter of fact. I think I was saying it was going to go up, and Bitcoin is doing Bitcoin things right there. You're not kidding. And warflation right there from Laptop Travel. And we were talking about Palantir and KXIN. Overnight futures dipped as oil rallied. We were talking about that. Let's look at the futures real quick. Laptop Travel, and here we go. The Dow Jones is up 0.23%, and your S&P is up 0.16%. And your Nasdaq's up 0.22, and your Russell's up 0.45. That Nikki's up. That VIX is down there. Look at that. And your crude oil pulled back right there. Look at that. It went down 2%. That's kind of interesting. Heating oil, ethanol's up right there. Very interesting. All this stuff. Orange juice pulling back at the moment. And your lean hogs look like they're pulling back right there. So very interesting. But yeah, look at crude oil pulling back in the over hours, and your VIX right there. So I don't know. This market's pretty volatile and pretty crazy. We were talking about the airlines at the beginning there. Laptop Travel, they are good. American Airlines, UAL, Delta, LUV. Yup, we were looking at them guys. LUV, because it has highs, is a good bounce play. Yeah, we were just looking at them earlier. I did say that they were looking good. You were talking about that UOKA and telling us about it, because the sites in Chinese, I had no idea what was going on there. And Duolingo right here. Whoa, I spelled it completely wrong. It's like that, I think, right? Yeah, Duolingo. Whoa, is this thing actually going to get a pop? You might be right, Luis Rodriguez. Did you say it might rise from the ashes? Rising from the ashes. Yeah, you're right. It actually is right there. Duolingo. I mean, after that huge dip, and you might get it to pop up here to like 110, but that would be a good pop up. That's for sure. So let's see. You said Duolingo is going to crash and burn. It might pop tomorrow, Laptop Travel. Look at that thing in the morning. I'd keep an eye on that bad boy right there. That's for sure. And let's see. What else do you have over here? ANY. What's Sphere 3D? That's not looking bad right there. We looked at that battalion. And EGG, whatever it is. Egg, is that what you wrote? This one? That's not too bad. It's got that resistance right there. FGI Industries, that one was pulling back and then bounced up. So I'd have to look at that one over here and take a look at it in the morning, be honest with you. Yeah, it has an interesting look right there. FGI, GBR, New Concept Energy, that's running up. That looks like it might be continuing the run up right there for GBR. That's another energy play. And let's see, GRDX. I'm not sure what that is. Grid AI. I'd have to look at that in the morning. Looks like it was bouncing in the after hours. HSPT is a Horizon Space. That's a shell company. That's crazy. I don't know what the heck that's doing either. I'd have to see that one in the morning. HSPT. Let me see. I have no idea. It doesn't even want to pop up here. It's like no shell company for me. I don't know. I have no idea what just happened. It's spinning. Even TrendSpider doesn't know what to do. NPT Texon. Well, that looks pretty good in the top right there. Could continue to run up tomorrow a little more. PLBL, not too bad. An after hours runner. And that Turb, we were talking about that earlier. And that's not looking too bad right there. So there you go, everybody. I would say that is our list and everything else. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it looks like it could be pulling back right there. And let's go ahead and see what Luis Rodriguez gave us for our jingles this evening. So I guess it's jingle time, and then we'll call it a wrap for our Thursday evening show. But here you go. I didn't listen to any of them yet, so let's take a listen here. What did I just do? Hold on, I just messed up. What did I have to do? go down, hit reload, do something. I don't know what the heck I need to do. Why ain't that one going to play? I was trying to get to this one. I don't even know. That one's not playing for me there, Luis Rodriguez. I'll play this guy. Hold on. Hold on, ready?
Doug's Fresh Picks is on the air. Hey now! Join the fun if you dare. Michael Anthony made a call. Palantir's gonna surely fall. Oh my! Down to 120, can't you see? Against Kathy Wood and all she believes. Louis Jingles, laptops, travel news. Dog Mama's watching penny stock clues. That's right. Sam's friendly bet is.
Oh, what the heck happened? I didn't think it was playing because it didn't have the thing. Oh, let me reload this thing. There we go. Hit notifications. I don't know why it's acting weird there. But anyway, let me go down to these next ones. Let me pause that guy. Here we go. Here's the new ones, Luis Rodriguez, right? I'm pretty sure that's the new one right here for today. Here we go, everybody. Here you go. Jingle time. This is a new one.
Laptop travel sees a different light. A whispered green upon the breeze.
Oh, laptop travel.
The bright path unfolds, a future in the day.
I feel like we're in church when these ones, when you have
these. The long-held view, a promise for Palantir.
That's like the church tune right there. This one, let's hear. This one's going to be a good one. I can already tell. Hold on. Ready? Here we go. Anything that has a guitar, it's usually good.
On the Dougie's Fresh Pick Show, all the trading insights flow. Michael Anthony selling Palantir. Laptop travels makes it all so clear.
With all the fresh picks feeling right, shining in the morning light. Dougie says to hold on tight. Right. Everything will be all right. Yeah, the fresh picks feel so right. Fresh picks feel so right.
That's a good one.
On the Dougie's Fresh Pick Show, all the trading insights flow. Michael Anthony selling Palantir.
Michael Anthony's
Laptop
always
travels makes it all so clear.
With all the fresh picks feeling right, shining in the morning light.
Like
Dougie says to hold on tight. Everything will be all right. Yeah, the fresh picks feel so right. Fresh picks feel so right.
That's pretty funny. Let's see what this one is. This one looks good, guys. Hold on. I got to pause it and get the volume up. There we go. Pull it back. All right, you guys ready for another one? This is brand new. Never heard this one.
Doug saw the turnaround, called it on the stream, said CRWD's earnings were a market maker's dream. Soundhound's cup and handle, a $14 sign. Blink is charging up, feeling so divine.
Oh, Dougie's Fresh Picks, let the profits rise. He's got that money making look right in his eyes. Yeah, Dougie's Fresh Picks, that's the winning.
Is that the look I have?
What the analysts all say.
I guess that's the look I have. I had no idea. Did you know it's Joe Exotic's birthday? Why don't you all just wish him a happy birthday? Go on and post that or repost it or something. Poor guy. Guy's in prison still. It's like insane. How's that guy still in prison? I have no idea. What's this one, Luis Rodriguez? I don't seem to be able to click on it and see if it comes up even better. I have no idea. Here.
The market's turning green and bright. Doug's deep dive makes it all so clear. Gilead's Trodelvy is a winning play. With immunomedics, the future's here. CRWD, Allen, and BLNK are on the rise. Just like Doug said, right before our eyes. Doug's Evening Night Show!
That's pretty funny. I love this. The people that sing it too, like the AI. I mean, it's hilarious. It's so great. So there you go, everybody. And Sam loved the repost right there. Thanks, Sam. And there you go. There's our jingles for the evening. They are definitely good. And like I said, go ahead and here we got you know which one we got to listen to. This one is really, I'm telling you guys, this one might be one of my favorite ones. Doge Mom and I might have got one of the best ones. I'm telling you, this one's so good. Are you guys ready?
She's the penny stock queen, knows every play. Watches JTI move all through the day. She checks the data vault, that's her daily grind. Best penny stocks that you can find. Doge Mama 9, yeah, Doge Mama 9. A core part of the crew, always on the line. Doge Mama 9, yeah, Doge Mama 9. trading's always fine with Doge Mama 9.
That's a good one right there. I'm gonna have to definitely get the MP3 for that guy and put it on there. And look at that. There's your Palantir. Look at that, Lewis or Michael Anthony. Sam doesn't mess around. He's the real deal. We'll repost that out, Sam. You know that. And that was funny. I was like, it's here somewhere. That's like my life right there. Laptop travel now. After getting hit in the head, everything's here somewhere. Which one was this one? I don't even know what this is.
Well, good evening there, Michael Anthony. The charts are flashing wild and free. You said pager duty's got that V-shaped look. Pulled that $10 target from your book. Then came that wall of text, a beautiful mess, all about Pedevco. I must confess, my tired old brain, it started to fry with all them that's you wrote way up high. But you're the greatest, my friend, that much is true. Glad to be rocking and rolling here with you.
Now that's pretty funny, Louis Rodriguez. That's great when you wrote like 6 dots in a sentence. That was insane the other day. I do remember that happening. Which one was this? I don't even remember already.
Oh, gather round, ye weary souls, for Doug's March picks will make us whole. The drums of war with Iran sound, so defense stocks rise from the ground. With Lockheed LT and Katos we'll see, and Northrop Grumman NOC for thee. In drones and oil our fortunes lie, beneath God's all-observing sky.
There you go, everyone. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed them. Let's see anything. There you go, Sam. You missed the live debut, but I love it. There you are, Sam. And so there you go, everybody. I mean, we have a lot of great jingles every evening now. Thanks to Louis Rodriguez. We can't thank you enough for them. They're amazing. I'm telling you, they're just so good. And I'll link up with Louis Rodriguez this weekend. I'll make sure I get the MP3s for a few of them. We'll get them into the system, and we'll get the show even better because I think we can make it an even better show now. And yeah, you guys keep retweeting it out to people and let everyone know. Well, maybe I'll make a couple videos with these jingles. I think it'll be pretty easy to do, to be honest with you. So they're nice and short. Could easily do that and post them out. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That was a lot of fun right there. Michael Anthony, hope you enjoyed yourself. And, of course, Janica and Doge Mama 9 and Louis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, always helping out. Greatly appreciate them. And everybody else tuning in, like Sam, Robin, all you guys, Joseph Levy. Hope you're healing up. I was talking to him on Facebook the other day. I'll have to see how he's feeling. He was saying he was still a little sore, so hope Joseph Levy's healing up, feeling a lot better, and everybody else. I hope you guys enjoyed this evening and enjoyed the show. I hope you guys were taking some notes, and we'll look at the market at 7 a.m. tomorrow on the pre-market show, like we do Monday through Friday. We'll see what the market wants to do and how it wants to end the week. It's been pretty volatile, but obviously we're in the middle of a war right here, so you just never know how it's going to open. And we did go through some T-Pet, that turb right there. Of course, what was the other? Indo and GBR and a couple other ones that were looking pretty good. So obviously keep an eye on the oil for tomorrow because that's looking pretty good there, Ross. So thanks for tuning in as well. And Doge Mom and 9 and everybody else, like I was saying. So be sure to like the show, follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, and all that good stuff. And we do this show every Sunday night through Thursday night at 8 p.m. And I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in for it. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And again, we'll be on at 7 a.m. We'll go through the market, Janica and Doge Mom and 9, Ross, and everybody else. We'll see what's going to be popping for tomorrow morning and what we can play on a Friday. And of course, you want to be careful holding anything over the weekend, especially in this crazy market, because you just never know, like I said, what's going to happen. Well, we're in the middle of a war with Iran. So, and Iran's like firing targets, like they're just throwing, like they're just shooting them off into, what is that place called? That's really nice. Dubai. That's what it's called. Yeah, they're like firing them off into there. I don't even know. I don't think Dubai even has a military or nothing. And so, yeah, it's getting kind of crazy. So I guess it's going to be pretty wild. It's going to continue to get wild over there. And I'd say that oil prices and gas prices are going to probably continue to go up. So if you didn't get gas in your car, you might want to think about that because it's probably going to cost more than it did tomorrow. So, and every day going forward for right now. That's what I would assume. And there you go, everybody. We'll keep an eye on Bitcoin and everything else, and then we'll be on in the morning. So you guys enjoy your night, get some rest. Check out your watch list, see what you want to play tomorrow, make your game plan, and then we'll execute it, and we'll be on at 7 a.m. So enjoy your night, everybody. I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. and have a good night. Have a good night, guys.